I woke up in the middle of the night last night and I could hear what sounded like people in a mall. It's like people chatting and the overall sound of a crowd. But I'm wearing earplugs, which means the sound is coming from inside. This is how my clairaudience shows up sometimes. Clairaudience is intuitive hearing, and it really scared me the first time that I heard it because it really does sound like a voice that's coming from inside your head. And I was like, oh no, am I getting schizophrenia? There's a lot of things within intuition that make you feel like you're going crazy, and you just have to super validate your experience and go, no, what I'm experiencing is real. How do I explain this? Most of the time, my clairaudience shows up through like words that I get or sentences that I get, which is really more like claircognizance, and that is just knowing things. But if I sit with that staticky sound, sometimes I can develop it and figure out what the noise is or what it's saying. When I started developing my intuitive gifts, I started to have more paranormal experiences. The main one was just I became aware of spirits around me, and I became aware of the fact that I could communicate with them and sense their presence. I actually saw a spirit in my video the other day as I was recording it, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. There's someone here with me. Intimacy with someone is to make yourself. Did you see it? It's kind of like a little mist. And I see orbs in videos all the time. Usually I only see them in post. I'll see them in other people's videos, or I'll notice them like weeks later in my own videos. And usually it's when the person is saying something that is very important to them or very important to the world to hear. And it's like spirit is there to support that situation. There are so many things in the world that are magic, and that's really the only way to describe it, because we only validate so much of human experience in our secular world. And coming to know your intuition is to turn away from what mainstream society wants to tell you is happening to you, and stop gaslighting your own self and stop ignoring your own feelings and your own intuitions. What I experience and what I'm able to feel is something that most people say is not possible. And yet, I wake up in the middle of the night and things and sounds are happening in my head that shouldn't be possible. It feels like I'm tuned into the wrong radio station. I was supposed to get my own head, and I instead got somewhere else in the world people milling around talking. And that is what I call intuitive static.